Ladies and gentlemen, there is no mercy here in the next event this evening.
Wait, there was mercy? What the fuck?
No mercy, I said! For the next event is a single elimination best of 5 bracket!
Best of 5! Best of 5! Best of 5! Best of 5!
Constrained no longer! The BGF break into the 3rd dimension! As the old adage goes, iron sharpens iron! And now it's time to find out who will be thrown from a cliff and who will stand tall as the king of the Iron Fist!
Where's the way? Volcanoes! Jingle physics!
I wanted virtual fighter.
Dead on arrival!
This is the Iron Fist bracket!
This mountain used to be
Giant
volcano!
swing! Giant swing! Giant swing!
Giant swing.
What swing?
Giant
Giant
swing.
swing!
Damn right! Let's rock!
Hello and welcome back to Revelator 2023. This is part 3 of the 4-part series that we do for this event, and we have already done Jailbreak and Exert, and then we did the Silverback challenge between the two Leos, and it is time to do the special non-gear to gear event, which is going to be Tekken 7. And I am Weridling, also known as Jumbo, if you prefer Hungarian names. And for the first time, I am joined by...
Maku. How's it going, everybody?
So I have been bugging you for like ages to do a commentary, but you were like, nah. I'm not too comfortable with all that. And the time has finally come. We can now sit down in front of a mic and do a BGF podcast together.
Nice. We love podcast mode.
I mean, it's usually me and Casey Chaos that do the podcast, but we'll see how it goes with you, because no one had done a commentary with you before, so this is the first.
Nerves aside, I think I'll be alright. I've commentated for like BLF stuff before, so like sometimes when like Robert is in a game or CJ was in a game, I'd usually like fill in for them. So I've got like a little bit of practice, and like I know when it comes to Tekken, I know like enough of the move list so I can like keep up with like what's happening.
Yeah, that's pretty
going on.
Yeah, that's pretty much why we had the idea that you should be doing this, because we wanted someone who knows more about Tekken than us.
Yeah, instead of he punched this guy.
And both you and Cykamancer kind of know the game much better than us, because you had more time in it. You played more like back in the day when it was fresh as well.
I actually played it before it came out. I went to Japan and actually played it in the arcades before it released on consoles. So I had that little bit of a head start. Although I was just playing, because Akuma was in the game, I was just playing like Street Fighter 4 Akuma in Tekken 7.
Right. So you've been playing this game since like what, like
since launch.
2014 then? Was it 15?
I think it was later than that, because 2015 was Street Fighter 5.
Okay.
Basically whenever it came out. I played it since launch, and I played it a lot until Leroy came out, and then I took a break from Leroy. Just because
for obvious reasons.
Not actually related to Leroy. I had to retire from injury for a little while. I played so much DMC5 that I actually hurt my wrist. I was sitting grinding Bloody Palace like for like entire days.
Nice.
So I legit got retired from injury.
That's the kind of commitment that we really appreciate in the BGF. This is like the reason like all these like videos exist and all that stuff is because I was like, you know what, let's make this into a thing. And then I was just like so anal about getting the production up and up each time that we ended up with what we have now. Like, it's not like amazing production, but what we can do with still images is pretty good, I think. So yeah, so this is why we have the pay-per-views. That's basically I would honor Reinart and Senpuu for that, because they were just like, yeah, we should do like pay-per-views and stuff and just get with the whole wrestling thing and just do like bigger events and all that stuff. And then I kind of rolled with it, and then I was just like, okay, well, let's make them like look cooler, and that's how we ended up with. Well, Revelator was the first one actually, so it's appropriate. It's been a year since we've been doing this. I mean, the pay-per-views, not just the BGF. So yeah, so the reason we picked this game is because you called me out at some point because we were talking about Tekken. Yeah. So we were talking about Tekken when we were waiting for to start a rollback on a Monday.
Oh yeah.
And I was telling you that I was getting shit on Reddit because I played Dragunov and I loved the parries. And you were just like, why didn't you just play Asuka?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's literally what everybody says on Reddit as well. So I was like, I'm gonna just download the game and try Asuka.
Yeah, and then you started playing it for like a good while after that.
Yeah, I think for 2 weeks I played nothing but Tekken.
Nice.
And I was just like, okay, like let's make this into a thing. Let's put it into the next pay-per-view. And knowing that you and Cykamancer have played this game for a long time, I was like, okay, so you're probably going to school us. But I'm all for it because like it's kind of how it started with Guilty Gear. Like you had like maybe a month before you could actually join because it was like you beat everyone like each week.
Yeah, once a week.
Yeah, and then Cykamancer came along. He just fucking wiped everybody, and then you just like in recent weeks you just like completely dominated us as well. So
yeah, I'd played for that. I'd played a decent amount of Strive like after the launch, and I just kind of petered off with it and never really had a reason to play it, but like coming here every week gave me a reason to like shake off the rust and like get back into it.
Yeah, I mean that's why we're doing this. Like the whole idea of us doing Monday night rollbacks is that we're ready for tournaments when they come up.
Yeah, and you like and seeing other people improve like makes you want to improve as well. Like
yeah.
I've like definitely upped my game from even before I joined BGF. I would like just sort of either play online or pretty much only play against Kyle. But like coming here, it's like it gives me the reason to like study matchups and stuff. Like I had no idea anything about like the Viking matchup, but like coming here and getting absolutely schooled by yourself made me like go home and think, right, how do I get around this bullshit?
Yeah. And now I need to get around your bullshit.
Yeah.
Because now I'm eating the Stundifers and the Food Jarks and everything in between. Jump Slash, still fucking hate it. But yeah, today, this whole day was like multiple games. But this particular game is no Guilty Gear, so I'm going to need you to be the tech guy in this one because you clearly know more than I do. But yeah, it's going to be a single island bracket, and the way we did it, because there's 6 of us, is that we randomly chose 2 players to start from round 2. So round 1 is 4 people. Whoever progresses to the next one face each other, and there's a side bracket with the 2 people that were randomly chosen who would go straight to the finals. Well, one of them. So that's the way we set this up, and it was just a roll of the dice. So the first game, if I remember correctly, was myself and
versus Case of Chaos.
Case of Chaos, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm ready to get into it if you are.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah, okay, let's do this. Let's rock.
Let's rock.
So going into the first match, as I have described the bracket, now it's visually available so you can see it. And it's myself against Case of Chaos. Yeah, so he said to me that he wasn't like putting too much time into this game because he was busy practicing Strive and Exert.
Yeah, they saw me back in the Jailer challenge.
Yeah, so he was like, this was his lowest priority game out of the 3. But yeah, he didn't really put any time in Tekken recently, so I was kind of expecting this to be a roll. But I was ready to be surprised. So.
Oh well, you already ducked the high.
I mean, yeah, that's a good stuff.
Beats the Demon Slayer though. Got some more combos.
I hold the parry because I think going to press a button anyway.
Yeah, I think it's probably good against Lydia. I don't think she has any knees or elbows, because knees or elbows will go through parries.
Yeah, but you can also go low if you...
Oh yeah, lows also go through parries as well. If you have a low knee attack, you can't... So every character has a generic low parry, just by holding down forward. If you have a low knee attack, that will also go through low parry as well.
Oh, nice.
Because Marduk has a low knee attack as well. Yeah.
Can we just like take a moment to appreciate that he chickened the parry?
Yeah!
That was the biggest surprise.
I remember explaining it to everyone, like, mid-match.
Yeah.
Like, it's got the same sound effect from, like, I think it was Tekken 4, so the sort of, like,
yeah, Tekken 4
modes.
in Tekken 3, yeah. Chicken.
Damn, that was a fast round.
I know, it's just like I was just doing my routine shit. I'm expecting a punch. I'm gonna press the punch counter. I'm going to expect a kick counter, and then if I don't know what I'm expecting, I'm just pressing parry.
Well, we've got something going on.
Yeah, now he's pressing buttons then,
Yeah.
and he's going low as well, which is my bane.
I don't think I've not been paying too much attention, but I don't think a single Demon Slayer has been blocked yet. That's the big charging uppercut from Asuka.
Right.
I remember him here. So he ducked, he blocked. So granted, he plays like Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
He blocked low to block the Rage Art there, but
Well, the Rage Art is
much
high. Oh no, it's a mid.
It's a mid. So every character's Rage Art you can block by standing, except for two. There's only two, which is Lucky Chloe's, which hits low, and Geese's, which is an unblockable high. There are some high Rage Arts that you make whiff by ducking under. Well, Johnny hits the Rage Art here, nice. But for the most part, you gotta block high against Rage Arts.
Yeah.
Yeah, hits him with a get up kick. And also, the less HP you have when you do a Rage Art as well, the more damage it will do. So Johnny's dealt a hell of a lot of damage there.
Oh, okay, so... Right, so... Just because it's available, it doesn't mean it's going to do the same damage.
Yeah, if you... So see the health bar, see where it starts to go orange, that's when you'll enter Rage, like he's just done right now.
Yeah.
So the less health you've got, more damage it will do.
Oh, okay, so if you only have a cube, it will do like half the health or something. Nice. You see, I didn't know that. I knew that it does. I thought it did like fixed damage, but sometimes I've seen like more, sometimes I've seen less. So I wasn't quite sure what the reason for that was. But now I do.
Well, drops a combo after the pick up. Oh, Johnny's just waiting after the wake up.
I mean, it works for him. Just keeping me juggled with punches.
Takes him down.
Sometimes I remember that I have a command grab and I'm just like, oh yeah, maybe I should use it. And when I have this idea, it tends to work. So it's good that I forget it because I don't overuse it.
Got peppered in those last couple of seconds there.
Peppered the kick.
Big counter hit. Oh, the back three, every Asuka's favourite move. Oh, there it is again. Oh, is it going to whiff punish it? Nice. It's if you block the back three, it pushes you like pretty far away. But if it whiffs like that, you can punish it pretty well.
Yeah. Also, I remember Cykamancer saying that every time I do back three,
yeah, you get.
I should be booed, and I was booing myself. I do understand that that's a gross move.
Oh, it's ridiculous. see there. See, after he blocked it. So back three is technically like super negative, but because you're that far away, it's really hard to punish.
Yeah.
I don't think he's... Oh, no, he pressed something after.
I think I tried to parry.
Yeah. Rage Arts can't be parried.
Yeah, so it's like, the thing is that it has a startup, so I was expecting a move. I did the parry and then he did the Rage Art, so I was like, yeah, okay, I'm eating this.
Yeah, before the Super Flash for a Rage Art, there's like, I think it's 8 frames of startup. It's most obvious on Brian because he like does a pose before he does the Super Flash.
Yeah.
So you can actually hit people out of a Rage Art until the Super Flash happens.
Okay.
Got some grounded stuff in the corner.
Wszystko to robi dla swojego kraju.
Nice.
He's consistently getting the rage out on me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the one thing about Tekken that kind of it annoys me a bit is that rage arts tend to be like moves that armor through stuff, but they're kind of slow.
They're really slow.
So it goes against my regular idea of like, oh, okay, the opponent whiffs, I could just do a super. But it doesn't work with rage arts because they're so slow that they're literally there to eat a hit and then counter. So yeah, that's me through to the second round. So yeah, I mean, I'm surprised how many rage arts I've eaten because I was not ready for them.
Yeah, you were mostly just like constantly pressing the attack.
Yeah.
And apart from the rage arts, there wasn't much reason to stop, like just offense. So yeah, I'd say it wasn't necessarily a bad thing. And Johnny was just pulling the trigger every time.
It's like, oh yeah, now I have rage art.
Do it, yeah.
That is something that every time I go online in Tekken, it's like
at low level.
But the problem is that it fucking works.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm just like, my brain goes, okay, I'm almost there. I just need to press a button and I will win. And there are like up until like maybe like an hour or two when I'm actually like properly like playing online. Every single time, it's just like
he's in rage.
People who are just like using rage art to completely reverse on me, and I'm just like, I need a couple of hours to get ready for that, and then expect it, and then once that happens, I start climbing the actual ranks.
Yeah.
And then I stop playing the game for a week, and then I just go back straight. So it's just like it's always like it's like a up and down sort of curve for me.
Yeah, you will get those players that like the moment they go into rage. Because the rage art's on a button as well.
Yeah,
I can't remember if in the arcade it was on a real, because you can see the real command on your rage art on the load screen.
Okay.
I don't know if in the arcades it was on a button, but on the console release it's on a button, and you will get those people that the moment they're in rage, they are just waiting to press it. They are just waiting for a whiff or the startup of something, and the moment they see you do something, they will just press it. I find with these people though, if you just stop, they will just press it eventually.
Yeah. That's what I've learned. That's like when that happens, I can go up to green ranks. But when I'm just stupid and I'm eating them, I'm just down at the
Oh, it's like teal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
initiate,
master, yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, green ranks is where like people that kind of know how to play the game start to begin. It's in that sort of like realm of like they know their character, they know the knowledge checks, so they'll do the knowledge checks to you, and they'll just spam the knowledge checks on you, and once you know how to deal with that, that'll get you out of the green rank. Yeah.
Well, I'm not quite there yet. I'm actually quite happy that I made it to green because, like I said, I spent about 2 weeks with this game like proper, and that was the first time I actually like spent time to learn the game. Because before this, I was just like playing with like colleagues that were like playing this game like on a relatively casual level.
Yeah.
So I never actually had to like learn stuff like obviously I needed to like I was good enough with the basic knowledge of highs, mids, and lows, and then negative and positive moves, and that was pretty much it. But now I actually know like juggle combos, I know launches, I know like attacks that dodge, I know my parries, I know what I need to press to counter certain. So it's just like my knowledge has extended in the 2 weeks that I spent with this game intensively, way more than the couple of months I spent on this game before COVID. Yeah, so yeah, but I do like the game, so I'm actually looking forward to Tekken 8. But yeah, up until that, I'm always happy to play this game whenever we go to a local or something.
Oh, it's great. Tekken's probably my favourite series. Like, just the mechanics, the pace of the game. It's probably my favourite out of like the big three of like Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, Tekken.
Is an MK part of the big three?
NRS games are weird. They're kind of like in their own separate realm. It's hard to describe. NRS games never quite clicked with me. There's usually like there'll be some kind of meta strategy or some kind of big knowledge check in an NRS game, and it's like different enough where I'm like, I don't have the time for this. And also before, they've actually cleaned their act up recently, but before, all NRS games like netcode was terrible. Like MK9 Injustice 1, the netcode was just trash. So I was like, I'd never even bothered with them.
I mean, I didn't know what good netcode was until I started playing Strife.
Yeah.
So, to me, whenever I was playing MK, I was just like, usually I wasn't playing online because I didn't have, I didn't really have internet for the longest time I've been playing MK. And when I did start playing the more recent MKs, they were all on console.
Mm-hmm.
So when MK9 came to PC, that was my first online experience with a fighting game.
Oh, I'm sorry. I remember playing that game online at the start. You couldn't mute people, so you'd hear them pressing buttons, and the netcode was so bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have fond memories because I was just happy to play Cabal.
Yeah,
but
I'll say this: theme wise, MK9 is so strong. Like all the characters have got like such flavor to them. Like there's so many with like such cool moves, like Ermac, Sub-Zero, Smoke, Liu Kang. Like the theming it's just S tier, which made me like all the more frustrated that when it came out on PC, the netcode was ours.
Yeah. So yeah, but that's enough of different games. We're still at free Tekken. So
we're commentating Tekken, aren't we?
Yeah, this is what happens. Like that's what I'm telling you. It's always BJ podcast when it comes to me because I go on a tangent and all of a sudden it's no longer the game. So right, so next up is going to be Senpuu against Cykamancer. So this is going to be interesting because when I was playing with Senpuu in the 2 weeks, we kind of got like relatively good, but obviously he's going up against someone who knew this game for a long time, so we'll see how he fares. So yeah, let's just get into it. Let's rock. Right, so Senpuu or the Cykamancer, as Keisuke said. I was actually looking forward to this because it's just like two different levels, but we haven't really played the Cykamancer in any game apart from Strife pretty much. And he's been swapping characters every week, so it was really difficult to gauge his overall skill. But yeah, I was expecting him to be like formidable.
Oh, I'd definitely say so.
I think we did play some like at some point a couple of weeks ago, just like one evening you guys just jumped in when I was playing with Senpuu. And it was fun, but yeah, we also got rolled, so
Kyle hits people with knowledge checks all the time. So one thing we're going to see a lot from Senpuu is he's doing this teleport uppercut launcher move. I'm not too familiar with Kurimitsu's move list, but he's really good at whiff punishing with that. I don't think Cykamancer blocks a single one, so you just hit him with it again.
Yeah.
But Cykamancer's going to be hitting him with a lot of knowledge checks right now.
That's the one thing, because I played against Senpuu so much that my Kurimitsu knowledge is really high, so whenever he does that uppercut stuff, I tend to block it, and it's a really easy punish after.
Oh yeah, no, Senpuu's looking for the launchers. He's hit Kyle with quite a few now. Kyle hit him with the... Oh, Shining Wizard, the best throw ever.
Is that a hit grab or just like a low throw?
The one where he runs up to you and kicks you in the face?
Yeah.
That's a throw. That's a 1+2 grab. It's very fast. It's faster than most. That is a 2 grab. Oh, steps out of the way of the running 3. So most running kick attacks are plus on block. But the way you get around them, like Adam just did, is you step out of the way.
Yeah. I'm really bad at sidestepping because I'm a 2D player.
And Adam's got him against the wall. It's pretty dangerous when you've got King against the wall though, because both Kings have a move called Giant Swing, where they like spin you around. Launch them into the wall though.
Oh, cool.
So I noticed whenever Adam scores a knockdown, Kyle likes to just lie there for a couple of seconds and then do some kind of get up kick, like he just did right there.
Yeah.
Tried to whiff punish, didn't quite get it. We'll close it out with the down 4.
Round 4. Fight.
Starts, just sends it with a hop kick right away. Nice.
It's annoying because every time I try to start with a hop kick, he gets punished. I'm jealous.
I'm not sure what. Oh, this is gonna hurt. I'm not sure what Asuka's hop kick options are.
Well, there's one that's relatively fast with
Is it the low high?
So that's the can thing. So it's like if it's down
3
down 3-4, yeah, that's the can. But she can do up forward 3 or up forward 4.
That's probably a generic hop kick.
Yeah.
Down forward rounds. Ooh. I don't think I've ever seen a slow-mo that wasn't hype as fucking Tekken.
I like the slow-mos that whiff. Like on both ends.
Yeah,
That's
those are
just so
so good. Like, when I first saw the slow-mo mechanic in this game, I thought, right, this is going to be like something that gets old. I don't think I don't think the slow-mos in this game have ever gotten old for me.
No, I'm actually quite like. I find it annoying that they don't have it in Strive because this was a thing in Exard and it was so good.
Yeah, there's also slow-mo in Exard and it comes up just rarely enough for it to be good.
Yeah.
Like it never gets old. It was quite a long first game. Kyle just managing to clear it out with the wall combo. Well, he's fishing for the stunner kick, doesn't quite get it. Adam fishing for that teleport uppercut. That 2 grab.
That had footage.
Oh, 2 grab into Shining Wizard. Love it. Gets the uppercut. Very long combo dropped at the end though.
That's such a hype move for me.
Oh, the projectile,
Yeah, it's just like, it looks cool.
So that looked like a Shining Wizard attempt, but I call it the Shining Suplex when you input a Shining Wizard, but you fuck it up and you get just a normal 2 grab. Uppercut. Nice. Blocks the teleport uppercut, hits him with the, I think that one's called Go to Hell. Super kick, tracking super kick.
Oh yeah, that's like one of the things I learned, that Asuka's really bad at tracking.
I'm not sure where tracking moves are. I'm not sure.
Well, me neither, and I play her.
Well, it's probably something to go by. Oh yeah, forward to 1 in the corner, gets the wall combo, takes the round.
Round 1. Fight.
Sending it with a teleport uppercut again. That just does the corner string. So that corner string Armor King does where he like does that little roll at the end. That's punishable on block, but it's a weird one. So you get some moves, right, that'll like force you into a crouch state so that you only have access to your crouching or while standing moves. And that can really mess up people new to the game.
Alright.
I don't think we see Adam block it and punish it. But if he does, I'll see if I can score that. Closes the round out. Kyle was going for some kind of crouch dash. I've noticed Adam started every round with uppercut attempts. At the green ranks we were talking about earlier, like people are either knowledge checking you or fishing for launchers, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like, I'm of the opinion that you should just send it and then learn. Ooh, grabs them out of a power. So if you do an armored move called a power crush, but your opponent grabs you during the startup, you cannot tech it.
Okay.
The game just stops you from teching if you do a power crush. Start of the round, so we're doing a launcher. Nice. In the corner. Don't necessarily agree with swapping sides when his back's to the wall, but Armor King can also throw you into the wall, so pros and cons. Now, I know I've said that Adam's been fishing with launchers, but I've not seen Kyle punish them on block either. So, if you don't get punished for something, why not keep doing it? Close out with projectile. Nice.
That's the one thing that, like, when we started playing this game, like, it just felt like Kunomi does so much damage because, like, once she gets like a combo like this, and then she throws the projectile which wall splats you, it just does like half your health is gone.
Yeah, a normal launcher usually does like about a third damage. It's a very high damaging game.
Yeah.
Wall splat. Slices them up.
Nice.
Adam taking a game.
Well, this is less of a roll than I expected.
Fight.
Adam's definitely holding his own against Kyle. Oh, hits the stunner, nice. Tries to go for a Shining Wizard, but doesn't quite get him.
Oh, you can just stop it with a low kick, nice.
Hold 2-1. Running 3 takes him down. Start of the round. No, you don't understand, Kyle. I must do a launch at the start of the round. One thing I'll definitely say though is like, if your opponent doesn't punish you for doing some kind of tactic, there's no, in this game there is no reason to not do it. Like, one thing I can find myself a little bit guilty of is finish them off with 2. Oh, no, quite. Oh, go to hell. One thing I'll say though is like, if you're knowledge checking someone, like if you're like hitting an unsafe move against someone and they just don't punish it, like by all means keep doing it.
Yeah.
Back to the goal, gets the wall splat, nice. I like it. Yeah, see, so he just did a hop kick there, but Kyle didn't punish it in time, so just keep doing it. I mean, if the hop kick hits, you get a full combo. If it gets blocked, if you don't punish it, then you don't really lose anything.
Yeah.
Shining Wizard in rage, so extra damage. Back to the wall. Long ass string. Oh, the teleport just gets him out of the drop kick. Punishes the hop kick with an ultimate tackle. Kicks him off though, breaks the final punch. Uppercut, nice.
It just keeps working for Senpuu.
Oh yeah, no, keeps working. Down forward 1s, 2-1. See, whenever Kuni does something, giant swing against the wall.
Yep.
So I don't know Kuni's move list, so I'm just like, oh yeah, these are moves, but with Armor King, I know what's going on.
As long as you know one of them is fine.
Oh yeah. Oh, hits him out with the Rage Art. Nice. That should, yep, that takes the set.
Well done. It wasn't as much of a roll as I expected.
No, Adam was definitely holding his own. He was doing quite a few knowledge checks to Kyle. Kyle didn't answer all of them, but I think just Kyle's overall fundamentals like took him further than Adam, and he's played more than he has as well. So yeah. But for someone that hasn't played that long, I see the potential with Adam, and I like it.
It's like you guys were rusty, and we were kind of like up and coming. So it's like, I think it was like pulling the scales.
The stars were like almost aligned for
almost. But this is great because now I need to face him. Mm-hmm. So what needs to happen now? So it's like the way we set up the bracket is that you need to fight Reinart.
Mm-hmm.
Who's like, I think also has very little time with this game. So I was just like, oh, this is great, because whoever you two are facing, unless it's each other, it's just going to be like an absolute roll. and I was like, my prediction. This is kind of why I put it in the reel as well. That we're playing a game that you guys are good at.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna like I already expected us to be rolled, but it's the question of how much are we getting rolled.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my idea. But the funny thing is that I think Reinart wasn't going to play King, and then you kind of bullied him into.
I kept pushing it on him. I was like, "No, Reinart, you're the grappler, man. You've got to play King."
Yeah.
And not to spoil like the next match coming up, but overall, I'd say from what I saw of Reinart's play, like there's something there, and there was quite a few like interactions where I was like, "Oh, he knows this. Nice, I like it."
I mean, this is also like so for some reason this happens all the time, but when it comes to Reinart playing any game that is not Strive, I almost never see him play the game until it actually goes like to the game that happens. It's like if it's a tournament or something, I actually need to like be at the tournament to see him play for the first time. Because the first time I've seen him play Killer Instinct, that was the KI tournament for BLF. The first time I've seen him play Exert was this, and the first time I see him play Tekken is also this event. So I'm just like, because the thing is, he's never playing us online. So usually when it comes to just like casual games during the week, it tends to be everybody but him, because he's on his PS4. He rarely touches his PC for games and all that stuff. So it's basically like Senpuu, Case of Chaos, myself, well, basically you and Cykamancer as well. Like we get like you guys to play us more frequently than we get Reinart to play us.
Yeah.
So that's why it's always a surprise to me when I see him do well in a game that I've not seen him playing yet. So yeah, so that's why I'm looking forward to see you against him in a mirror actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see how it goes.
See how it goes.
So now it's like, I could say it's round 2, but is it round 2 really?
Is it though?
Is it round 2? Is it still round 1, but like with less steps? Yeah, so it's basically, it is, yeah, okay, let's go with round 2. But it's really the first game that you guys have.
Yeah.
And it's a kickoff. Nice.
I'm expecting many great things from this. So this was Jamie who had crammed. I'd given him so much. Like information. I'd sent him like a cheat sheet of all of King's moves and stuff, things to look for. And this is against me, who hadn't played Tekken in a good while. So I was very much shaking off all the rust. So Jamie's got everything going for him right now.
So you have all the rust, and he has all the greenness. Let's see how those energies transfer into gameplay.
Oh, got the suplexed. So that's technically a chain, but it's like the worst chain. Oh, he eats the full crouch down forward 2. Carries him all the way to the corner.
Is that just a regular grab that you need to do at the end?
It's a Shining Wizard. It's well running 2+4.
Oh, okay.
It does a neutral hop kick. So King's hop kick, if you hold up, doesn't really combo, but up forward it will combo. Oh my god, he just goes for the chain right away. That doesn't get the follow up though. Jamie was telling me he was. Oh, am I going to show him how it's done? Oh no, kicks me out. So Reinart was saying, oh, the Shining Suplex. He was saying he was having some issues with the chains. He wasn't sure when to start pressing the buttons on them.
Yeah.
Well, ducking under the grabs. Eats the hop kick though. Just going to carry him outside. Yes.
Wall break, nice.
Wall break, rage drive.
I thought you were going to break the floor as well.
Nah. That one's weird. It looks like it should break the floor, but it doesn't. Just throw. So that kick, that high kick there with back turns is super plus. Nice. I'll forward to take it out.
Yeah, I figured that not using rage is actually pretty good because the damage is quite high in it.
Yeah, like once you use your rage, you don't have it. It's enough like extra damage to make a good comeback. Common tackle. So around this point in the match was when I realised, oh, okay, I definitely can't sleep on Jamie. Grabbed him out with a giant swing. Was the tech landing? Yeah, I heard him mash into tech landing there. So when he giant swings you, if you've mashed one, when you land, you'll roll out of the landing and you'll save yourself 10 damage.
Oh, okay.
Plus, you get up faster, so he can't do any bullshit to you when you get up.
Yeah.
Just a lot of folks.
KO.
Because I blocked that crouch jab there. I didn't have he didn't have the frames to keep pressing after him.
I have a feeling that what Reinart has done is that he kind of memorized the grab chains and stuff, but he's not very like adept at like strike combos. And
that's a trap with King. Like when you learn King, you want to learn all the cool shit right away. So that's something that happens to the best of us.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, well, floor break.
Just so you can finish it off with a grab knife.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the whole like, you know, learning all the stuff that you'll play the character for, I know exactly what that is, because every time I pick a character with a parry, I'm going to try and use that parry in every scenario I can possibly do it.
Yeah, because it's the shiny toy.
Yeah,
it's the big move that you want to hit.
And then you have a friend who picks Kunimitsu, and like 80% of her moves cannot be parried, and then all of a sudden you need to learn how to play the game.
Oh, Shining Wizard! I like it. I like it a lot.
Oh, what was that?
That was People's Elbow.
Oh, okay. I thought it was you like pushing him to the ground, not he doing it himself.
Nah, Jamie tried to hit me with a People's Elbow, but I got off in time. Oh, alley kicks.
I just like a couple of days ago I learned how to deal with that kick string.
So every hit of that string, every low kick and the mid, all of it is launch punishable.
Nice.
So it's just a roll of the dice. Oh, runs up, muscle buster. Guaranteed kick on the floor. Blocks the low kick, doesn't punish. Oh, oops. Figure four.
Can figure four be continued, or is it just a single?
That's just a single grab. It can be reversed by the opponent, but it's like a one frame reversal.
Okay.
Wait, ducks the string. He's ducked 2 grabs now. Nice. Block stall kick doesn't punish it though.
This is turning into a box match.
Oh yeah.
You guys are just jabbing each other.
A lot of Tekken is very close range pokes.
Yeah. Oh.
Ducks my grab, gets his own, doesn't follow the chain though. Oh, grabbed him out the air. Nice.
Did you know it was gonna jump, or was it just like...
No, King's giant swing and his shining wizard, if they grab you whilst you're airborne, it will just automatically do the anti-air grab, so it's kind of like an option select.
Oh, right, okay.
Ooh, gets the counter hit. Hop kick. Taking him to the wall. Yeah, we are. So I go for the setup, but rolls out the way. Doesn't quite get the punish. Gets some damage. Fishing for the parry.
I know what it feels like.
Classic side swirl.
Yeah, the one thing I love about Tekken is that you can duck highs.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't block him, you duck him, and I think that's such a good mechanic, because in all the other games we play it doesn't exist.
Well, Jamie taking the round as well, nice.
Yeah, no, round a full game.
I see the. Oh yeah, I see the potential in him.
Oh no, he's generally quite good at fighting games. It's just he doesn't practice anything but try.
Get the counter hit, but I fluff the combo, but it doesn't matter.
And then you disrespectfully just spin like a ballerina. What this?
Okay. Do I get the splat? Nah, I get the splat, but it's not on it long enough. Oh, here we go.
Oh, so you can just combo into it.
Yeah, the grab. isn't guaranteed. Like you can break the ground throw.
Okay. But you cannot avoid it in any other way.
No. Oh, Shining Wizard. Oh, the answer will always Shining Wizard though.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Oh, if you put the thought in my head, I'll just do it. It delays the back 1-2. So that back 1-2 is punishable, but it's such a good string. Armor crush.
Oh, that kick has so much impact. Like when I did that in Tekken 3 back in the day, I always thought that was like the strongest move I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
Just feels so heavy.
Oh no, am I gonna hit him with it? Oh, I dropped this. I dropped it. I was going for the rolling death cradle there, which is the most damaging throw he has.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The one where he like rolls on the floor.
Yeah, it's
the
like,
answers with the back two of his own.
I love the ducks.
Oh, the ducks are great. Yeah, Jamie was ducking a lot of stuff. He definitely didn't want to get grabbed. Yeah, so that string there. So that string there. All the if you block any of the moves, it's launch punishable, but it's like a string that you can cut short or extend. It's really annoying to deal with.
Yeah, what I figured, because I played against the king like a couple of days before this, is that you can basically like low parry any of the follow-up kicks.
Yep.
But if he goes for the mid punch, then you're fucked. So yeah, I just needed to like know when he was gonna do it, which is pretty good. It's still a disgusting move though.
Round 2. Fight.
Just starting with a step from both sides.
So I just moved it to be a bit up. Nice.
Oh, nice. I like it.
Do you count as airborne when you do that?
Yes, he's counted as airborne when he does that little spin.
Okay.
Give him the pecs into the grab.
What a duck.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody duck this much.
Yeah, there's so many ducks. And I could have recognised that he was ducking and done a lot more mids to make him not duck. Oh my god, just deadly boomerang at the start.
And it gets ducks as well.
Yep. 1, 2. Giant swing. I'm not going to hit the wall. Is he going to take the landing? Yes, he does. Well, just hop kicks me out the run. Wasn't quite finished what's on his plate. So there's quite a few punishable strings Jamie was doing that just from Rust I wasn't punishing on block.
Nice.
Oh my god, just full jumps over the down back 3. Chop choppy, yeah. So that chop choppy he did at the end, that's a punishable string. And I'd blocked one of them like earlier and did punish it, and I was like, I can't remember how punishable this is, so I'm just going to do my fastest punish, which is just jab jab.
Yeah.
And that was something I remember mentioning to him after, is the game, when it comes to like punishable moves, the game, apart from like a mid launcher, which you can guess is usually punishable, the game doesn't do too great a job on like telling you what is and isn't punishable. And that's one thing that like you kind of have to learn, is like some strings you'll be like, oh my god, this string's bullshit. It like does so much damage and does such pressure, but then you go into the frame data and you realize, oh, it's a mid string that's like punishable by like a jab or something.
Yeah. And
depending on your character, if you're like a Mishima, like Kazuya or Heihachi, a jab punish is really good. It's like just a 1-1-2, gives you a nice decent amount of damage, gives you a knockdown. Whereas like some other characters, a jab is just like 1-2, gives you a little bit of damage and just a little bit of frame advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And then usually the next hit threshold for punishes is -12. King's -12 punish is really good. But it's just a case of like, if you go against the character you've never fought against before, you usually get eaten alive by like all of the punishable strings that they do, and you just don't know.
Yeah. No, like this is why I think like in my head at least, when it comes to Tekken, it's less about the frame advantage and more about the guessing game.
Yeah.
Where it's gonna be high, low, or mid.
Yeah.
I think it's more important than how long the moves are, because you can always sidestep and all that stuff. So having all these options to like move around makes the frame advantage less significant, and at least in my head, I thought it was much more. At least my experience in that, like I said, the two like super intense 2 weeks, I found it more relevant to know whether it's a high or low, than to know if it's a plus or a minus move.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to like start learning.
Yeah. So yeah, on low levels at least that definitely is important, or more important. But yeah, this means that you are through to the finals, and I still need to fight Cykamancer to see if I can actually like get there and fight you. But I have very little hope for that. But I'm still going to try.
Yeah, but no, that last match was good.
No, it was way better than expected. But this is it. Like Reinart tends to like
he downplays himself.
I
think he definitely downplays himself.
He downplays absolutely everything. Like he's like the biggest. Like every Monday it's like, oh yeah, I really suck today. Potemkin shit. I'm like, I don't even know why I play this game anymore. And then he just fucking rolls everyone. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. It's like, oh yeah, it's so shit. I'm so tired. I don't know what I'm doing. And then just like 3-0s you. And it's like great.
The wins Aberdeen.
The wins Aberdeen, yeah, as well. So yeah, that's just how he. But basically, every time he dooms, it's just like it's just white noise. I don't even listen anymore.
It's just the Dragon Ball. He hypes himself up by downplaying himself. Because then you've got the option select of when you lose, you just be like, oh yeah, no, I knew I was gonna lose.
Yeah, if you lose, you called it, and if you win, it's like,
it's a nice surprise. Yeah, I'm like, oh shit, I won. I fucking done it, Gabriel.
Good shit, Potemkin. So, yeah, well, I guess it's just time to say what I can do with Armor King, a matchup that I don't really know, so I'm just gonna keep guessing. Let's rock. Am I ready?
I hope you are.
Well, as ready as I will be, because, like I said, I played more regular Kings than Armor King.
Yeah, Armor King isn't too popular. He's relatively popular. King's definitely way more popular. I think he's probably the most popular character in the game. Yeah, he's up there for sure.
Okay. I just know that most of the time I play online, the most I see of is definitely Kazuya and Jin.
Yeah, Jin's pretty popular. Main character syndrome.
Yeah.
Star Cruiser. Spokes. Yeah, so Kyle, Shiny Wizard. So Kyle seems to like doing that low drop kick where he like recovers like on the floor, because it's one of these ones that's so awkward to deal with.
Can you actually like low parry that?
You can low parry it. That's the best way to deal with it. Nice parry. The best way to deal with the low drop kick is to low parry. It's this kind of whip punish. So the most optimal way to punish the low drop kick is to low parry it.
Yeah.
If you block it, it's really awkward. You have to do a move that either hits OTG or something. Then you're like really delving into like character knowledge.
Yeah.
Hop kick whiffs.
Oh, he grabs the parry.
2-1 into just a normal 2-3.
I don't think I can tech when you grab my parry.
I'm not sure. Demon Slayer to OTG. Dark Epic. See it out of the hop kick. I tried to go for a throw there.
Oh, yeah, not ready.
Oh my days, the unblockable burning knuckle.
I remember messaging you on Discord how to deal with that shit.
So you can parry it because it's a punch, or you can sidestep out of the way.
Wait, I can parry that coming in?
I think so. It's a strike, it's a punch.
Nice. Well yeah, what I did right there, by the way, was the kick counter. So if I
That right there?
Yeah, no,
Nice.
that's the punch counter.
Oh, that's the punch counter, okay.
So the kick counter was what I was trying to do when he was doing the big like hand on hand, and I was just like, I'm just thinking that yeah, that's the punch counter. So if I did that, that could potentially work on me. Oh, I need to let this out.
Just hit you with bombs. Giant swing in the wall.
So damage. Yeah, when I'm in the corner, I don't know what to do.
The corner is definitely a scary place in this game.
Yeah, it's not just the wall, the actual corner when it's like.
Oh yeah, the corner is even more scary.
Yeah, because it's like, where do I go?
So one technique you can do is some throws that when they get broken, or some throws when they hit, you'll actually swap positions or you'll change positions.
Oh, right.
Some people will dead ass like try to throw you, and they won't care if the throw gets broken because you swap positions anyway.
Yeah, okay. That's good.
Nice. Running 3. So after that, running 3 does giant swing, Shining Wizard. After that, running 3 does these plus. A lot of running, jumping, kick moves are usually very plus. Gets hit by the second hit of the string. Yeah, so that mid kick there is safe. Oh, giant swing in the corner.
The amount of times I get this move. Ridiculous.
That move there.
No, the giant swing.
Oh, the giant swing, yeah. I thought you meant Asuka's like strength where she does that punch and then that mid kick.
Oh no.
Go to hell.
Like usually what I'm doing is intentional.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah. So one thing I'm seeing in Kyle's play is he'll block some moves that are like punishable or launchable on block, but he's not quite confident enough to try for a punish.
Yeah.
Earlier on, he blocked Asuka's Demon Slayer, the running uppercut move that she does.
Yeah.
That's actually launchable on block. But when someone's like right there, when someone's just pressing buttons in your face, it's very easy to just be like, I'm just gonna block.
Yeah.
And it's quite scary to like try and punish things. It doesn't get the pick on it. That low punch that she does is so annoying.
You know why it's funny? Because that's literally one thing that I love to spam with Dragonov as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh great, Asuka has this as well. Perfect.
Asuka's is good because Asuka's is actually safe on block.
Okay.
It's either safe on block or like crouch jab on block.
I just love how when it gets a counter, I get like a full on grab from it.
Oh yeah, it turns into a hit grab.
Yeah.
Kyle hits the. When you're like lying on the floor, if you press 3+4 at the same time, you'll do like a spring kick.
Yeah.
Kings have a special one where they do like a sort of spinning torpedo when they get up, which does more damage, but they're back turned. So if you block it, he's like back turned, negative, right in front of you,
and you can grab.
You can do so many things to really fuck up his day. There's the low drop kick.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there.
Yeah, just trying for some kind of whip punish. Forward 2 to take it out.
Oh, that was so close as well. Damn it.
Round 1.
Game 3.
Fight.
Just a casual backstab. Like, oh yeah, you're not launching.
Yeah, backdash on round start is usually a good idea. Peppering the corpse.
That whenever that works, I'm so like flustered because it never does. That when it goes off, I always miss the window to actually get the air juggle.
That's just something that will come with experience. Oh, hit him out there with a rage art.
I was surprised that worked.
This little crouch kick to add on some extra damage. Oh.
Yeah, as soon as I went into parry, I was like, okay, if I don't hold it, I'm gonna get punished. If I hold it, I'm gonna get punished, so I might as well hold it.
Okay. Yeah, so that little spinning sweep that he does there, that's launch punishable as well. Oh, that armor move is a high, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I think Asuka's is safe on block because it's a high.
Fight.
Tombstone pile, whatever. The Oki. I don't know what Armor King's Oki. Oh god.
Every time it's coming towards me, I'm like, what do I do now?
It's one of those like deer in the headlights moves
Yeah.
where you're just like, oh shit.
Especially if me. Oh yeah, that was him trying to parry a punch and I kicked. That was lucky.
Just a down forward run, keep it simple, keep it safe.
Well, this last game was a roll, but I think the previous one was a pretty good fight. I'm overall not too like disappointed with myself.
Yeah, I liked what I saw. It's just a case of like experience, knowing the move list, knowing your opponent's move list. Like that's where the real fun begins with this game. It's like, right, I know my move list of like 40 plus moves. Now I need to know all the other move lists from everyone else. This game is like
a spreadsheet.
There are so many characters, so many moves, so many knowledge checks in this game. If I ever like go up against like a character I've never fought before in tournament, I'm just like, I'm done. They're gonna hit me with something, and I won't even know if it's like a low or a mid or anything.
But that's kind of the pain that I decided to take upon myself, because whenever you're playing a parry character, that's basically like, I need to know your moveset as much as I know mine.
Yeah.
Because I need to know exactly when to catch you.
Mm-hmm. And the parry playstyle will like work better on some characters than others. Against I don't know how many more elbows in these Armor King has. Against King, he's got a lot of because he's a wrestler, he's got a lot of elbows and stuff. So some characters can like make themselves unparryable better than others.
Yeah, like Kunevitz.
Yeah.
With the bane of my existence in that matchup.
Oh yeah, because you can't parry the weapon.
It's like literally 80% of her moves I just need to block because there's nothing else I can do.
Yeah.
But that's good because that made me learn how to deal with stuff other than just like, oh okay, punch, parry, oh it's a kick, parry, oh it's a low, parry. So I actually have to like do like block and punish, which is useful because that's not something I would have done if I wasn't playing against a character who's like constantly like negating my parry.
Oh yeah. One character you'll probably eat alive if you like utilize parries against is Hwoarang, because Taekwondo,
it's all kicks,
all punches. I think I can only think of like one or two elbows that Hwoarang does, and they're instances. There's like one where he like elbows you with his right elbow and it like goes down, and maybe like one or two other elbows. But because Taekwondo is like a sporty kind of martial art, everything he does is parryable. And King has two parries. King's got a right punch parry and a kick parry.
Right.
And against some Hwoarangs, I can literally, like, as soon as they get anything going, I'm just sitting there spamming the kick parry. And King gets like guaranteed follow-ups after a kick parry, so it's like I've just parried like some safe mid, and you've just ate like 50 damage.
I mean that's my experience with Katarina as well.
Oh yeah,
because all Katarinas do is just spam 4,
yeah.
And the other character I had a relatively easy time with was Steve.
Yeah, because he all punches. He's
so
all punches.
I don't even need to guess. I just need to guess when he's pressing.
I can't think of any elbows that Steve does. It's pretty much all punches.
Yeah. So I'm just like, is it a mid or a high? Nice, I'm catching it.
And Steve's lows suck for the most part, so you don't even need to worry about the lows. Like Steve and Hwoarang are the two characters that you need to learn how to deal with the highs, because they'll do some high on you that's like plus on block, and you'll be like, oh, it's my turn now, and then he'll just hit you with a counter hit launcher, and it's like, right. Fuck.
Yeah, I kind of struggle with that, even though I can parry most of this stuff. If they do some like knowledge check shit, then I'm falling short because I don't really know the matchups.
Steve and Hwoarang are like, they were the two most like, what the fuck is going on characters for me.
Right.
When it came to like the knowledge checks, like Hwoarang he's got, when it comes to like learning move lists, you've got like, each character has like over like 40 odd moves, and then you've got Hwoarang who's got like 40 odd moves, and then he's got three stances. Yeah. He's got normal stance, he's got right foot forward stance, and he's got left and right flamingo stance. And it's like, how am I meant to learn any of this? And then after you get beat by one, you go into training mode, and you're like, okay, what move was he doing on me? What stance was it in? What's the frame date? What's the notation? Like, what the what the fuck?
I mean, the only reason I'm not too bad against Hwoarang is because I used to play him in Tekken 3.
Yeah, so you have a rough idea.
Yeah, so most of the moves that he has in this game already existed in that one.
Yeah, so you've seen them before.
Yeah, so I kind of know what's happening, and then all the new moves that were added in this game, or like maybe in previous games, but I only played like this, and then Tekken 3, so I skipped quite a few games. But yeah, so like all the moves that are like new to me, those are the ones that I needed to like understand how they work. But everything else is just like, I know that it was in Tekken 3, so I remember. But yeah, it's just like I said, like I'm not like looking to invest too much time in this game anymore.
Me neither, really.
Because it's like, I mean, at the level that I'm playing, it's fun. And obviously we have Strive, which is like, you know, we need to like, that's the one game that we really want to get good at.
Yeah.
And then like obviously Street Fighter 6 is coming, Tekken 8 is coming at some point. So when Tekken 8 comes out, I'll probably like be a bit more serious. But for now, I'm perfectly happy with just Strive and you know, Street Fighter 6 when it comes out. So I'm good. But I do really enjoy Tekken. I think it's a great game. So.
Oh, I can't wait for Tekken 8. I'm just praying to the gods of rollback that Tekken 8 has rollback. This game is weird. This game has rollback. It has, like, the meme on Twitter for a while was it has like 3 rollback, or it has 2 rollback or something. So it has like some rollback, but it's like implemented in such a bizarre way.
Oh yeah, because it has delay and rollback at the same time.
Yeah, and it's like, I have no idea why it's half in the game and half not.
I don't know either.
I'm just praying it's like Strive or Street Fighters, but with like all the Twitter outcry on like just bullying fighting game developers into adding rollback into their games. It's proven to work with Guilty Gear. People just kept bullying ArcSys, like put rollback in, and then they finally caved.
Yeah.
And now we can all enjoy Strive no matter how far away we are from each other.
Yeah. And it's the same with Street Fighter as well. That's definitely going to have rollback. So.
Oh yeah.
And now all these older games are getting rollback. So it's like it looks like that people like the one thing I like about this is that it just proves that devs just care about their games.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, even though the game is like super old, and there's like a dedicated fan base that maybe like plays on locals and stuff, that they actually go back and just add rollback into the games that they have made like 20 years ago or some shit.
Yeah, like plus R. Like I wouldn't imagine a game from that long ago would have just gotten rollback.
Yeah.
And then just recently Exard got rollback as well, thank God.
Yeah, so now all the Guilty Gears have the rollback, which is great. So yeah, I think going forward, like if there's one good thing coming out of COVID, is this.
Yeah, like the need, like it put such a like spotlight on online that when you saw the games with crap online, you're just like, nah, I just don't care.
Yeah.
It got to the point with me where if a game didn't have rollback, I was just like, I'm not even gonna buy it.
Yeah.
I don't even care about it.
Yeah,
just it's not worth my time.
I mean, that's a good policy. And then you end up with a game like DNF Duel. I'm not gonna start DNF Duel. Everybody knows who's been watching us. Everybody knows that I despise that game, so I don't need to explain anything else. Yeah. So, that was like a proper podcast debate, right? So we need to get to the finals because
Oh,
we need to see if it's you or Cykamancer who takes the gold.
Tune in next week. I wonder who's next week's surprise guest on the podcast will be. Yeah, no, next game, grand finals.
Let's see. So here it is, the end of the line.
Grand finals. Who will be at the top of the mountain to chuck the other into the volcano?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I don't know why it's a theme with fucking Tekken to just throw each other off the high places.
It's because Heihachi threw Kazuya into, like, he threw him down a mountain before Tekken 1. So then Kazuya was like, fuck you, I'm going to do the same to you at the end of Tekken 1 when he beats him. And then at the end of Tekken 2, Heihachi survives, goes back, and he's like, fuck you Kazuya, I'll throw you into a volcano this time.
I just remember, I think it was Heihachi's ending in Tekken 3 when he throws Jin off a helicopter or some shit.
Oh yeah. It's just a Mishima transition. Oh shit, there's a match starting. Maku vs Superman, so let's go.
Yeah. Oh, Tekken throws like.
Yeah, I think I started the shitty suplex chain there, so I'm actually glad it got broken because it's such a shit chain.
Also, the other thing I loved in this match is that every time you guys like had something, like there's like a small interaction, and then it's just like footsies for 10 seconds.
Yeah, and then the bullshit begins again. Yeah, it's just like the dance bullshit.
I just thought it was like proper like classic Tekken shit.
Oh yeah. Oh no, giant swing the wall. I was like, oh, this is how it's gonna go. Okay, I see how it is. Oh, I didn't punish the string. See, I said earlier in the episode that string's punishable, and I didn't punish it.
Fight.
Just the rust, man.
Yeah, it's just the rust. Yeah, so the dance. Oh, yeah, breaks the Shining Wizard.
So how do you break that again? Is it 1-2?
1 + 2, yeah.
Right. I need to get ready.
Oh, counter hit.
Break the chains.
Air grab.
Oh, that did nothing.
Flapjack. Yeah, the flapjack doesn't do too much. The better ender for that would be the giant swing after the air throw, but I couldn't remember it. Fudge the combo. Double rolling so bad.
Round 3. Fight.
Job. Power crush. Doesn't fully punish. He gets the back one, but he doesn't fully punish me. Slow motion combo. Back to the wall. Not just a regular 2-throw.
This is one of the worst positions, at least in my opinion, when you're like almost at the wall, but you're not parallel to the wall, you're like slightly at an angle.
Yeah.
So you can get constantly wall splattered.
Yeah. Oh. So I went for a Shining Wizard, but the game option selected it for an anti-air throw.
I just love how King just gets the option to like
Yep.
run and grab.
Only Kings get that. I don't think anyone else has an anti-air throw. He ducks the Shining Wizard.
I mean, if you're the grappler, then it's probably you who should have it.
So what I went for there was I went for that spin, and then into a reset. I think I'll go for it again. Yep, spin, unblockable reset.
Oh, so if you do it twice, then you can. But
Yeah, if you spin twice, it makes the next follow-up like more advantageous or unblockable.
oh no, okay.
Final round.
So it's not just pure BM, it's just.
If you do it in a combo, no, it's not BM. Counter hit back one. We're gonna get the wall from this. I think it would. Yep. Nice kick wall ender.
He just lies there.
Just loads of range 0 blocks here. Get plus range with the down back 3 and then while standing towards it, clear it out.
Round 1.
Oh yeah, I was cursing you when I was doing the editing on these matches because you just skipped the Vin animation, which is already quite short.
I don't think it was. His are just really fast. Like King's are. Oh, did you mean like the rematch button?
Yeah. So, no, it's not that. Like before that comes up, so you press start before, like to bring up the menu early.
No, King's are just that fast.
No, I know that it's really fast, but like it feels like you're pressing the thing because he does like a proper like fist pump for like 2 times.
2 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, so it's enough of a time to bring up the scoreboard, but
that's it.
But you skipped it, so it's just like it's even faster. So I just had to like pull the scoreboards up like so quickly, and I'm like, oh, this is pain. Nah, just dash up in each other's faces and not press a button.
Oh yeah, no, that's like the maximum IQ maneuver of dash block. Like right there, I just dash block them back, dash away.
That is basically case of chaos in stride. The run up and block.
Oh, see, now he's switched on to the spin reset. He just ducks the chain grab. Oh, here we go, here's the alley kicks. Oh, alley kicks into instant Shining Wizard.
Was the so that album that you did, was that to catch his roll, or?
It hits if you like coming up and trying to do a get up attack. It doesn't hit you on the ground, but if you try
anything,
if you do anything. Oh, see now there he gets his option select and air throw because I did the spinny step.
Right, okay.
Yeah, Kyle's gotten so much mileage out of all these get up attacks. I don't block the Weridling.
Oh, I just remembered. You said that you don't think any other characters are anti-crap. I actually know a character that does because I absolutely fucking hate it, and it's Gigas.
Oh, the pancake. Yeah, the pancake.
That does so much damage.
Yeah. And breaks the GTH. I keep calling it GTH. I can't remember what it actually is, but it's like a modification of the go to sleep. Oh, he breaks the chain. I think I was going for the most damaging follow up of that chain. Shining Wizard. I noticed he was staying on the floor, so I was like, alright, if you're gonna stay on the floor, I'm gonna do a ground throw on you, which deals a fuck ton of damage.
Yeah.
I was like, alright, if you're just gonna sit there. Deadly boomerang. See, I thought he was gonna run up and do a Shining Wizard, but he ran up and did a 2 throw.
I just love the hype, but it has so much impact.
Yeah. Yep, delaying and then doing a get up kick. Oh, Lariat.
Run
the
up
dance.
And all day.
The dance. That's what it is. Hits me out there, doesn't quite get a conversion. Oh, giant swing. I don't think it matters if I attack, I'm just dead. Yeah, dead.
At that point.
It's one game apiece.
You win.
Yeah, we go. I'm not sure what this whole like breathing green smoke thing is.
It's a reference to it's called the mist. Some Japanese wrestlers, they'll have like a little capsule of like paint or something. It's not paint, but it's like some kind of
colored gas,
colored like liquid.
Yeah.
And they'll like grit their teeth and spit it all out, so it like mists. And it's meant to like blind you, but like in the wrestling like lore, it's meant to be like a curse or something.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah. Armor King and King, a lot of their moves are based off a wrestler called Great Muta, who would spit this mist at you as like green mist, and then it paints the opponent's face green, and it usually blinds them as well.
It's kind of like some voodoo shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Breaks the 2 gram. Yeah, I was just going for it here. It doesn't punish it though.
Perfect.
7 golden
Perfect.
letters.
I think that's the first perfect in the entire bracket.
I think so. Tekken perfects aren't too much to be proud of, I'd say. Just because of how like quickly you can roll over someone. Shining Wizard.
And there's no chip on you.
Nah. Yeah, just hop kick just sends it. Wall combo. I somehow teched out the wall combo there. He must have dropped it somehow. They dropped out. Running 3. That running 3 is so good.
Round 4. Fight.
I tried to go for a chain of his own. Shining Wizard. I gets up straight away that time.
He learned his lesson there.
Yeah. peppering him with jabs. Tries the parry. Counter that down forward to one. I kept the string going there, that doesn't crumble. Lock the get up attack and back to 1 to punish it. Shining, just round start Shining Wizard. Oh, I do it again! Oh my days.
If it works.
Yeah, just keep doing it. Oh, giant swing to the wall. Is this gonna kill?
Oh,
Just out.
there we go. He didn't skip it this time.
Round 1. Fight.
Yeah, so one went away. Oh, chain 2 grab. Did I get the pot? Yeah. Best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. Reinart sharpshooter. Drop kick.
Wall break.
Oh, wall break after the forward 2-1.
It's like when you get a wall break with like a cube of health, it's like,
Yeah, just
it's
just
like-
anything.
why didn't it just, the wall break could have just killed me itself.
Yeah. I'm just attacking his shins. Gets 2 grab. Shadow Lariat. Oh, ducks under with a full crouch 1. Just got guaranteed OTG. It's on the bee's dick of health. Outstanding for
Round 3. Fight.
well, back 1 them out there didn't convert though. Shining Wizard.
I absolutely hate that grab.
I love it. It never gets old. It's probably my favorite grab. The push, the counter hit push. So that little push shove move. Oh my god, the back turn throw half Boston Crab. So that little shove move King does. You get a guaranteed follow up on counter hit. You'll go into like a sort of weird guard break animation if you get counter hit from it.
Okay.
But if it hits or gets blocked, it doesn't do any damage. Breaks Shining Wizard. I tried to go for my own, but I get a Shining Suplex instead, which is just a botched Shining Wizard.
Shining Suplex, nice.
Blocks the full crouch. 2 grab.
Just love the triple head play so good.
Oh my god, Tombstone Pile Driver. Any Oki after? Oh, Nap tries to go for it. That's the Rage
Oh,
Art.
yes, nice.
Okado's Rainmaker. This should kill. Yeah, it kills. For the set.
What a nice way to finish the entire bracket.
Yeah, hitting it, finishing with a finisher.
Nice. And that's the only time you actually used it as well, so
Yeah.
you really saved it for the spectacle.
Well, that's why it's called the finisher, because you got to save it for the finish.
Yeah. So yeah, that concludes the third event of the evening. So yeah, I mean it kind of went as I expected. Like I thought that unless you guys get like paired up in the first round, it's gonna be you in the finals. But I just wanted to see how we get there. And I would have to say, like, I think one of my favorite games was you against Reinart, because the amount of ducks, all those like just, it wasn't like so footsie heavy as the finals, but I just love how everything was just like ducking, just like maybe like taking grabs or like whipping, well not whipping but failing to continue chains and stuff. I quite like the awkwardness and the snap reactions in that. But obviously the final was like the highest sort of like mind games we had. But it's just like, that was kind of expected, so it's less impressive than seeing us trying to do something against you guys. So, but yeah, I think it was a good bracket. I always enjoyed I was gonna say outsider games, but it's not really outsider games. It's just like it's not the main game. So it's like I like the alternative games that we do.
Yeah,
because it's it's like we don't do these like we obviously we play these games casually like on our own time, but we never do them under like the BGF like umbrella unless it's an event like this. So
yeah, it was nice to play it. It was nice to play this. I don't play this too much recently just because the install size for this game is absurd.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
And it's like...
But the roster is pretty big as well. So.
Yeah. I don't know if this has got the biggest roster. I don't know if this game's roster or if Street Fighter 5's roster is bigger, but the roster in this game is massive.
Yeah.
They've got so much DLC support.
Well, let's hope that Strive gets to that point as well at some time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did enjoy this, and I definitely like going forward. I still want to do like a different game every single time we do a pay-per-view. And yeah, you guys seem to be into it, but obviously this is like your game, if you
yeah.
want. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what's gonna be the next one in terms of like in the next couple of months' time. But yeah, this was fun. I love Tekken. Like I always loved Tekken, but it's just like it's one of those games that I always just like get into for like a short period of time, and I never get really good at it. But then I just leave it, and then when I come back, it's such a legacy game.
Yeah.
Like if you played one iteration, you would definitely be able to play the next one.
Yeah, this version of Tekken we're on feels a lot like it. I think the current iteration of Tekken, like the current engine, so to speak, is derives from Tekken 5. If you like look at gameplay of Tekken 5 and Tekken 7, you can see it's like a lower poly version of Tekken 7, because that was when they'd like realized that with like the layout of the stage and like the way you move around. Tekken 4 was like the beginning into like the sort of true 3D-ness of like being able to sidestep into the foreground and background and having like walls and shit, but like you could tell it was very experimental, because some levels have like a pillar in the middle of, because it's like it'd be like an underground car park or something, there'll be like a pillar in the middle of the stage,
right, okay.
Or like a phone booth, and if you like launch someone next to it, they don't actually splat against the wall of the pillar, so there are like some like stage specific combos that you can do on someone there, and it usually deals a fuck ton of damage.
Right. No, I remember because when I first saw Tekken 4 in an arcade, I tried it, and I was playing on a map where there was like a crowd. And if you push the opponent into the crowd, the crowd would get pushed back. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That didn't happen in Tekken 3, because every map in Tekken 3 was basically infinite. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that like I have touched Tekken 4 in an arcade, but I never actually played it on a console. So my experience with that is like about like a couple of matches maybe.
Yeah. But
yeah, Tekken 7 is where I picked it back up, because it was like, oh, it's on PC. Yeah, I can finally play fighting games again.
Yeah, it was released from the jail of consoles
and arcades. Because the arcade scene is dying, so now we need console and PC versions of all fighting games with rollback. So I guess it's a fair trade.
Yeah.
Can still go to locals. So well, we didn't really know what to give you. I remember this, so we decided to. I just emptied my coin goblet, so we gave you the goblet as like a token of like you won this event, so you can just have it. And that's kind of how we concluded this. And the only thing that's left for us to do is the regular old Monday Night Rollback that we normally do. But this time,
Champions Bracket.
The Champions Bracket. It looks slightly different this time because I applied the colours. So it's like, it's basically a regular Champions Bracket, but it looks more spooky. And that's it. But and also like, let's not forget that when it comes to pay-per-views, the bracket is more exciting because we actually tape the intros.
Yeah.
So
Got everyone's ring intros.
yeah, so the audience can like not just imagine but actually see what happens when like it happens every Monday night, but we only tape it on the pay-per-views just so the videos are more special. So if you enjoy this, well, I don't know, it's really difficult to sell because like we're basically a Strive channel, but we're playing a game that is not Strive, which is Tekken at the moment. And it's like, oh, if you like Tekken, then oh boy, you're gonna like Guilty Gear Strive. Because it's not even in the same category.
No, it's like as far apart as you can get. Like 3D, like I can't think of 3D games where like a lot of the footsies like happens in the air. Like it's 3D range zero footsies versus like air dashes and 2D
it's like
anime bullshit and all that.
Basically the opposite. So, but yeah, like we do these. I said this enough times. That's fine. So we do these all the time. But when it comes to a bracket, the reason it's more interesting than normal is because you get to see the announcements and the handing of the belt and all that stuff. So it's basically like you get to see what you don't normally see on a regular Monday night. So yeah. So do you have anything else to say?
Not too much else to say. Just like when it comes to Tekken, I see the potential in all of us, and with some practice, I think you guys will be great. I think when I'm interested to see what happens when Tekken 8. Hopefully, it's, touch wood, it gets rolled back.
Yeah.
But no, just a great set, great games, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, that was good fun. So hopefully you will be available for more commentary in the future, because I think this one pretty good, especially for a first one. You should have seen some of the first ones for us. It was absolutely dreadful.
I was a bit nervous like at the beginning, but once we got into it, like the whole reason that like the audience doesn't see it, but the way this is set up is we're basically sitting on a couch with a mic in front of us, and we're just like watching the footage back on the projector. So we basically just like we're watching a movie and we're just talking over it. Yeah. So it's like a really chill environment. So it's really difficult to stay nervous. Yeah. So that's kind of the idea. That's why this is a fun thing. Like it takes time because it usually goes like over 2 hours, but it's just like a fun hangout that goes on YouTube in the end. So yeah, it was good stuff. So we're gonna be back with the Champions bracket, which is gonna be hosted by Senpuu and Reinart. I think that's what we settled on. So that is coming up next after this soon, maybe in a day's time, or maybe by the time you're watching this it's already out. We'll see. Hopefully. So yeah, I'll catch you in the next one, and let's see how Maku takes the glory of this bracket. I think I took it very well. Yeah, thanks for having me. It was nice seeing you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, your king of the Iron Fist, he is Maku!
I am not mid. I'll make you eat those words.
Here's your gauntlet, king. The king main.
The king main.
The king main is
the one true king.
From the chalice.
I saw that. I'll make you eat those words.
You have anything to say?
This one's to all the cake out there. All the cake in Overwatch. The only redeeming factor about that game.
Yeah, the cake's not alive.
The cake is not alive.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Zam!
Oh, right.
You heard it here first.
Zam!